Okay, well, let's move on. We're gonna go on to the show and tell, the, on-site show and tell. We'll do this first, and then Charlie will do yours online show and tell next, okay?
Okay,
And as your piece comes up and you see it on the camera, come on up and, tell us about it. Tell us what kind of wood it is. Yeah, go to this mic over here on the left. And tell us what kind of wood it is, what kind of finish you have, and all that good stuff.
Jenny Evans, that's my bowl, is a walnut bowl, black walnut, and, has a walnut oil finish. And there's a check on the rim, and, I did a bow tie in it. Of course, I don't remember Steve talking about you, seeing how many demos on doing bow ties and that sort of thing, all those things. I bought all the equipment, the handheld router and all that kind of stuff, and got ready to do it. I took out my dental handpiece and cut it out and put it in. Oh, well, it works and stuff. And then, the next piece, that's it. There's a platter, and I was playing with getting a real thin convex platter like that, and decided it needs some height. So, I did a bell on the bottom, a stand for it, that's red oak. And, what that is, and there's and it's got a pear, base on it. And this, again, it's a walnut oak fence.
That's neat.
I like that.
Very nice. What kind of finish?
Walnut oak.
Walnut oil. Looks like, that looks like something Paul Forrester would make right there. Well, it's a combination of three things. It's a burl off of a tree. I have no idea. It's a banca nut, banksia nut, and then it's small pine cones, in epoxy. I don't know. I'm just doing something different. Is that the bottom of the pine cones? No, the top in the epoxy. Oh, okay.
A little drinking cup about this high,
Uh-huh.
put pine cones in it, pour the epoxy, and then cut the round ball, the banksia, banca nut, that's half of one. The burl, I have no idea what the burl, it was a bunch of people giving wood. But it was just something fun to fool with.
Yeah. Yeah, tell us about that one.
Yes. That would be some mahogany.
Yeah,
It was just about an inch thick.
Good,
It was,
good.
it was a piece of scrap wood that was given to me. So I just made a small platter out of it with some, turquoise epoxy resin. The finish on it is, OB shine.
Is what?
Oh.
Ron Bickle, that's the.
That's zebra.
That's the zebra wood, okay. Bought a couple of people pieces of exotic wood up in the Knoxville area. And when I started turning that one yesterday, I realized it was quarter sawn. I've never seen a big enough piece of zebra wood to even make a bowl frame, but much less quarter sawn. That has no finish on it. I finished cutting about 5:30 last night and sanded, and that, what you see is just the scratch free abrasive compound with the waxing. Wow. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Yes, you need to wax. If you got any suggestions, I'm all ears.
Not finished.
It's not-
It looks like it. It's
This one
beautiful.
is Macacaba wood, same location that I bought that. That's from South America, Central America. That was finished with true oil, not as many coats as sometimes I do for the shiny finishes. I hate Woody's not here tonight because I was doing.
He's listening now. He signed in, so he's listening.
I was gonna call this plantation ash from the plantation of Woody Sellers, because this is a nice piece of ash wood that I got from Woody about a year ago. It's just that blank to be able to be twice processed. That was ash. That was finished with lime tree. I think Woody shot it with a 22. I really do. That's what it is.
Wow, Phil, that's looking nice there.
Phil Gable, that's a piece of rapple wood from the last time I was here back in January, I suppose. Don't know what kind of burley wood it is. If you remember putting it on the table, be happy to. Was it? You don't know? But that triangle spoon rest, which is what it is now, came flying off at about 120 miles an hour. It took me out half of Ron's tools. We were turning it together. And, he said I could have it. Pretty little bowl. Thank you. I think just walnut oil.
Yes.
Just walnut oil.
Gerald here. That was your name.
All right, come
Come
on.
in.
Yeah, what'd you make?
Daisy.
Yeah. What kind of wood? Okay. Oh, they're just coming to see you. They just wanna, show the new wood turns. Say hi, wave at the camera, there's people online. All right, Daisy, what'd you make?
I made the snowman out of poplar wood or walnut wood.
Well done.
And I made the scarf one.
Yeah. Was it crochet, honey? Is that what you did? No, we crocheted the scarf. Well done, baby.
Thanks, guys. It's a three-legged stool made from some walnut, which is a very good family friend, gentleman that served with Sue's father during World War II. Their families had known each other since then. I'd go up and help him, and he would load wood in the back into the truck as he had an old bell saw sawmill, and so we'd go up to Towns County, Georgia. And that was some of his wood that I made the stool. And believe it or not, it'll hold me.
Here goes. Well, this is my, this is a box elder hollow form that I did with an ebony finial and collar, and it's about 9 inches tall and 9 inches wide, and it's end grain, so you can see where the red goes up and down. And this is the same piece of wood, only side grain for a vase. So you can kind of see the difference, how things look differently depending on the orientation of the green. And this is Elmer's Cellars. I think he's online if you want to talk about it.
I am. I've looked into a supply of apple wood recently. The 3 pieces shown here are Easter eggs for my grandkids. I have 3 grandkids, so each get one. Those are about 4.5 to 5 inches in height. And there's another piece, I think a little small vase that I made from the same wood.
Yep. What's that finished with, Elmer?
Just shellac and carnauba wax buff.
All right. So that's it for the online show and tell.
Elmer,
Yes?
this is my turn, huh?